Sandbox to execute possibly unfriendly Python code. Let's say there is a server on the internet that one can send a piece of code to for evaluation. At some point, server takes all code that has been submitted and starts running and evaluating it. However, at some point it will definitely bump into os.system.rmrf, sent by some evil programmer. Apart from RMRF, you could expect people try using the server to send spam or DOS someone, or fool around with while true, pass kind of things. Is there a way to cope with such unfriendly/untrusted code? In particular, I'm interested in a solution for Python. However, if you have info for any other language, please share.
You can check the sandbox, which does just that, though the VM route is probably safer if you can afford it.
If you are not specific to Python implementation, you should consider looking at PyPyWiki. For these purposes, this Python dialect allows transparent code sandboxing. Otherwise, you can provide fake _built-in _ and _built-ins _ in the corresponding global/locals arguments to exec or eval. Moreover, you can provide dictionary-like object instead of real dictionary and trace what untrusted code does with its namespace. Moreover, you can actually trace that code, issuing sys.cetrus inside restricted environment before any other code executed, so you can break execution if something will go bad. If none of solutions is acceptable, use OS-level sandboxing like CRUT, unions and standard multiprocess Python module to spawn code worker in separate secured process.
I would seriously consider virtualizing the environment to run this stuff, so that exploits in whatever mechanism you implement can be firewalled one more time by the configuration of the virtual machine. Number of users and what kind of code you expect to test/run would have considerable influence on choices BTW. If they aren't expected to link to files or databases, or run computationally intensive tasks, and you have very low pressure, you could be almost fine by just preventing file access entirely and imposing a time limit on the process before it gets killed and the submission flag is too expensive or malicious. If the code you're supposed to test might be any arbitrary Django extension or page, then you're in for a lot of work probably.
It's impossible to provide an absolute solution for this because the definition of bad is pretty hard to nail down. Is opening and writing to a file bad or good? What if that file is /dev/ram? You can profile signatures of behavior, or you can try to book anything that might be bad, but you'll never win. JavaScript is a pretty good example of this. People run arbitrary JavaScript code all the time on their computers. It's supposed to be sandboxed, but there's all sorts of security problems and edge conditions that crop up. I'm not saying don't try. You'll learn a lot from the process. Many companies have spent millions. Intel just spent billions on McAfee, trying to understand how to detect bad code, and everyday machines running the CAF antivirus get infected with viruses. Python code isn't any less dangerous than C. You can run system calls, bind to C libraries, etc.
If you want to see more, please consider subscribing.